Whispers from the Spheres, A Folk History of the Stars, a public lecture by Professor Paisian, Department of Sympathetic Studies, University of Luna, location, the Oruri Theater, University of Luna. Good evening. Before we had telescopes, before we had ephemerides, before the word astrology was ever written down, we had the sky. And we had stories. We did not look up and see balls of hydrogen and helium. We looked up and saw a drama. We saw gods and monsters, animals and heroes, a great celestial tapestry that was intimately, irrevocably woven into the fabric of our own tiny lives. Tonight, we are not here to discuss the mathematics of aspects or the rigorous psychology of the natal chart. No. Tonight, we are here to gather around the campfire of history and listen to the whispers. We are here to talk about astrological folklore. What is astrological folklore? It is the raw, unrefined, and beautifully superstitious wisdom of our ancestors. It is the knowledge that was passed down from grandmother to grandchild, from shepherd to shepherd, from farmer to farmer. It is not concerned with your rising sign sextile to your midheaven. It is concerned with the best day to plant your potatoes, to wean your child, or to avoid a quarrel with your spouse. Let us begin our journey not with a planet, but with a rhythm, the moon. Let us begin our journey not with a planet, but with a rhythm, the moon. The moon is the great timekeeper of folklore. Its pull governs the tides of the ocean, and our ancestors, being mostly water themselves, knew it governed the tides of life. This is not mere fancy, it is observed pattern. A waxing moon from new to full is for growth. This is when you plant crops that yield fruit above the ground. You start new ventures. You cut your hair if you wish it to grow back thick and strong. My own great-grandmother, a formidable woman whose soil under her nails, would never have dreamed of planting a root vegetable like a potato during a waxing moon. You'll get all leaves and no tubers, Paisian, she'd say. The energy is going up. A waning moon, from full to new, is for release, for banishing, for cleansing. This is when you prune your trees, when you weed your garden, when you rid your house of pests. You would undergo a medical procedure to remove a growth during a waning moon, to encourage the body's energy to release the affliction. And the full moon itself, the folklore here is rich indeed. It is a time of peak power, of madness, lunacy. It is when the veil between the worlds is thinnest. It is when secrets are revealed, when passions can run high. It is why, to this day, police blotters and hospital emergency rooms will quietly attest to an increase in strange and fervent activity under its luminous gaze. This is not a planetary aspect, it is a tidal force upon the human soul. Now let us turn to the planets, the wandering stars. In folklore, they are not neutral forces. They have personality, intention, and mood. Take Saturn, whom the farmers called the Old Man. He was not just a symbol of time and structure. His day, Saturday, was shrouded in caution. It was considered profoundly unlucky to begin a new journey on a Saturday. Saturdays filled. Short sit, the saying went. To marry on a Saturday was to invite a life of hardship and restraint. Why? Because Saturn is slow, cold, and limiting. The folklore understood this essence and built practical taboos around it. Conversely, Jupiter, the greater benefic, was the jovial king. His day Thursday, Thor's day, a day of the thunder god, was the luckiest day for beginnings, for signing contracts, for setting sail. A child born on a Thursday was said to be blessed with a sunny disposition and good fortune. The folklore here is not about complex chart interpretation. It is a simple, direct transmission. Align with Jupiter's day, and you align with expansion and luck. And what of Mars, his day Tuesday? Tuesday for the god of combat was the day for going to war, for confronting an enemy, for bloodletting. Barbers would perform surgeries on a Tuesday, believing the planetary influence would make the bleeding less severe. It was a day of action, but fraught with the danger of conflict. You would not plan a wedding on a Tuesday unless you wished it to be a battlefield. This folk wisdom extends to the minutiae of life. There is a whole branch of elective astrology dedicated to choosing the right moment. When should you castrate your livestock? During a waning moon in a barren sign like Leo or Virgo? When should you bake your bread? When the moon is in Taurus for a sure and hearty rise? When should you ask for a loan? On a Thursday during a waxing moon with Jupiter well aspected. But Professor Paisian, I hear the skeptics cry, this is mere superstition, coincide pattern-seeking. To which I say perhaps, but folklore was never about laboratory-proof causality. It was about participating in a living, breathing cosmos. It was about feeling that your life, your planting, your healing, your loving was part of a grander celestial dance. To plant by the moon was to partner with nature. To avoid travel on a Saturday was to show respect to the old man. This practice created a world that was enchanted, where every action had a cosmic resonance. We, in our modern illuminated age, have lost this. We have switched on so many electric lights that we have forgotten the stars. We have traded a participatory symbolic universe for a mechanical one, and I wonder, have we gained an explanation what we have lost in meaning? The folklore of the stars is the root from which the mighty tree of astrology grew. It is humble, it is messy, it is often unscientific, but it is human. It represents our first stumbling, awe-filled attempts to reach up into the vast, silent night and hear an answer whispered back. So the next time you look up at a full moon and feel a strange restlessness in your blood, remember the folklore. You are not just feeling light reflecting off a barren rock, you are feeling the echo of 10,000 grandmothers, shepherds, and farmers who looked at that same light and knew in their bones that they were connected to something vast, something rhythmic, and something mysteriously, beautifully alive. Thank you.